Come on, full screen. Thank you. Play, please. Come on, play. Never mind. As soon as this unjams, I'm turning the music, the intro off, and we're getting right to town. I don't have time for this shit. Come on. Come on. Exit out of this, please. Sorry, I've been dealing with all kinds of nice issues. That's why we're running so late tonight. So, in time now. Come on, undo this, please. All right, nice frozen screen. Awesome show. Hang in there, folks. We got very important information coming up tonight. If we could just get some cooperation from this computer. Jesus, please help this device. Please help this. Please. All I want to do is get out of this. Escape. I have all this stuff set up. I go through great lengths to have all this show lined up and do all this extra effort to do timing and everything with an intro, and to have it all messed up is just very frustrating. All I want to do is X out of this and get to our instruments now. Maybe I'll cancel this stream until I can get this thing working, because I'm going to have to take a few deep breaths already, I can tell. What is going on with this thing? Escape. Come on. What's this other one that's... Get out of there. It's just wonderful how McAfee and all these little devices like to come invade your computer, and we're going to run a diagnostic on your computer, kind of without your permission. Come on. And now it jams up my show and everything. Come on, get out of here, please. Can't believe I'll go through such great lengths to have it all just washed away. Microsoft Windows. Please, Lord, please help this device. I might have to... Hi, you guys, bear with me here. Yes, end your process, please. Whatever you're doing in my computer, please get out of there so I can have my computer back. I might stop and start all over again, because I wanted an intro, I wanted a show, I wanted you guys entertained, I needed to teach you something, and this is no way to start a show. So I'm going to shut it down until I can get this wonderful device to work again properly. How about what I had loaded up here? Can I have that? Hello, computer. Wow. How would you feel when you click on something and it just totally ignores your command? I turn up the volume on the stereo in my car and it just totally ignores my command. I'll turn it up, wait and wait and wait. About half a block later, I've forgotten about it, and all of a sudden the volume jumps sky high. This is amazing how all this stuff just got washed away. Yeah, I'm going to have to reload a whole show, and I still have something to do here in another hour. I might not get to do a show now. Come on. on, what are you doing? Don't ever get a Lenovo computer. It's not the internet, it's this device. All right. Well, this is wonderful. I'm going to have to shut it down. I'll try to get this back and recover. If I don't make it back, it'll be a really late night show after, well, 3:30 here would be 2.5 hours from now. So it would just be interesting if I could get the Google page to open or anything. Come on. Spinny, spinny. Yeah, I had all the tabs open. I did an audio check. I had the intro ready to go, started up the music, and it just said, not right now. So I guess not right now, you guys. I'm sorry. I have so much information for you guys here, and it can't be explained without the images and stuff. So bear with me, everybody. You know what I'm going to do right now, since we got jammed up here for a minute. I know everybody's stressing out right now, so let me just read something to you, okay? Cut right to a little chase right here, okay? Since I might have to cut this down. I don't get why nothing's working here. What's going on? I had everything set up. I know what's going on. All right. And this applies to me right now at this very moment. Okay, so listen to this. When your world looks dark and threatening, come to me. Pour out your heart to me and know that I am listening and I do care. Find comfort in my sovereignty. I'm in control even when global events look terribly out of control. And we will get into that message well tonight. I am going to shut off this computer. I am going to reboot every little thing here, line up a whole nother show, because we have important information, especially about the rapture. Everybody want to know about the rapture, right? Well, that's what's so goddamn important about this show. Sorry, Lord, I never use that term. How infuriated I am right now. Imagine building a bridge, and before you get to drive the first car across it, some dude comes and takes it out with a tanker. Wow. Just all null and void. Everything I put up there, huh? Can't get this to open or nothing. All right. Yep. Sorry. I'm just going to have to restart. What's going on over here? Where's everything at? All right. I think I may have found it a little bit. Nope. I'm going to have to reload this thing. All right. Sorry, you guys. False alarm. I have some very important information about rapture and being raptured and what the rapture really is. It's super important, and it takes a little while to explain. And what's going to take a little while is getting this thing to work, maybe. Come on. I can't even open up a... Hi, you guys. Sorry I got you up so late for nothing here. This is just excruciatingly, painfully frustrating for me. I've been tortured and tested all day today, and I can't even get this thing to cooperate. So sorry about that. All right. Whoops. As soon as I try to cut away, then it works. It's like I might as well just walk away from my own show and let it run itself, I guess. Infuriating. Anyways, what I would like to do is show you a few things here. Come on, Google. You can do it. Oops. See, this is why I like to have everything all set up and ready to go. So you guys have a show. All right, let me take a few deep breaths. You guys look at the loop for a minute. I'm going to go say another prayer. I'll be back in a minute. I got to regain my composure. Take a look at what you're looking at there. It's you guys got the trained eye, and our Hura Mazda ship or whatever flew through there. I want that full screen. All right, there we go. Where's my pointer? I don't even have my pointer ready. Where did everything go? All right, shoot. Let's just try to get into it here. All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. Okay, here we go. We're over at our solar report here. And as you can see, April 18th, 2024, and we got our loop in motion here, and you can see our little CME coming out the bottom here. This was the big one right there, okay? So what I'm going to do is back out just a tad bit there. I got a different type of frameage on this page. Anyways, what I want to do is catch the opening frame and try to get this report done regardless of the bumps in the road, because I have to go. I have emergencies. I'm juggling 50 emergencies right now. And where is the clock? Come here. I'll squeeze this in. I need to know how much time I got. All right. Let's get done. All right, here's opening frame, 048. You got this little long spire coming out of there. You can see our event coming out down here. I want to get this just right. Where's 125? Why is it so big on this one? Oh, well, let's go. So opening frames. We had that event moving out right here. You see in the spire region is our object coming out right there. Looks there might be something. But that's not our main event. Right. Well, come on now. You know what? I gotta give myself just a tad bit more room. Okay, two at a time here. One coming out right down here. And then our big event right here. And if we can capture right, well, let's go previous frame right here and start zooming in on that. Okay. You can see we had this object out front right here, okay? What I'm concerned about is this big curvature back here. You see how eject is coming out, turning. It's turning really sharp, going up and then out and over. That indicates there's something bigger back behind here. This is probably a satellite to it. There's not many frames of this event. Let's back out. Just right there is good. But it's the stretching and the curving of the plasma, the flow asymmetries here that we're looking at that indicate that there's something bigger than just this front object back there. Now watch how it comes out. See how it's hitting it and bending and kind of going up and over? Looking like a face with a big pointed nose. But this time we don't really get to see a black sphere sticking out through the plasma. It's just kind of draped back in there, but you can kind of tell by the flow right there. All right, also, where's my zoomage? Right here. Bear with me. I have all these prayers I like to do before the show, and I just realized one of the prayers I say is, please no hangups or glitches or mechanical failures or, any hiccups during the show. I forgot to pray for that one. So we had hiccups. Anyways, there's your Ahura Mazda ship screaming across the screen. It's not showing the wings or anything. It's probably on its side, so you can barely make it out. But that, I guarantee you, that's the tail from it. It has that debris type looking tail here. We'll even kind of zoom in on this because it's fun sometimes. All right, there you go. And we just talked about this last night, being right out here in this vicinity, and maybe patrolling or policing these objects, or whoever's entering our solar system. And maybe it looks like, whoop, we got somebody over here to the left real quick. Zip, better get over to the other door. I don't know, just kind of interesting how we were talking about it last night, and then bingo. And sometimes this thing will zip through there and be an indicator. It will point at something like an arrow. So I kind of wonder what's going on at the tip, if it's pointing at something over here, an event that's going to come out in this region, because sometimes that's what it does. Or it's responding to whatever object's going through that region or something. What if we had like a Starship Enterprise, like police interceptor up there that intercepted anybody entering our solar system? You see the stretching of that plasma on the right? You guys been here for a long time. I'll let you be the judge, but I'm going to put that back into motion. I might actually add just a tad bit more speed to it right here. Yeah, sometimes that helps. All right, I'm going to let that sit there for a sec. Dang it. All right, let's just do it. Okay, so there's your there's your activity for today, all right? Now let's move on. I got important stuff to cover here. Just pray that this continues to work. I need to get Untitled out of there. Pill up the solar ham. Okay, let me zoom in on this real quick for you guys. Note our lifted indices. We have a red box now also for these indices as well. So this is a very, very energized sun already without any activity, or objects adding to it anyway. So there's your graph for today. Here's our box right here. You can see this little long duration, slow motion event right there. But boom, 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 a bunch of M flares right there. And it doesn't take much to get an M flare because our baseline, our indice is already so high in the C range that any little burp takes it right up to an M. Okay. Let me get back to. No, it's 110. Thank you. All right, there you are. So our current flux level, X-ray flux level, is C2.4, okay? And it was up there a little higher. It was up at like C4, C5 for a while. So that's, pretty close to M flare activity. Imagine if the sun was pumping at M range without even a flare, had lifted indices so high that we got up into M range. All right. Well, we've had indices so low that we've gotten down into B range. So, I mean, both of these are red now. This is not good. But we got the energized part of the sun rotating around. So, let's continue on here. 75% M flare because our indices are already so high in the first place. We do have a little event that happened already on the 19th. I'm going to dare to go there. Sorry. Not much. But you see something coming out of this spire region right down here, this glowing spire region. We got some event about to come out of there. tail end of something. Oh, there's the tail end of our big event right there, and the teardrop bow shock effect that we see there. Okay. So that's already a sneak peek under her dress at tomorrow. Okay. There, back to today's though, right there. There's our main event. Now, sometimes when we get these bigger objects, we see 3 of them at a time. Maybe we see a few more. That seemed to be a big one, but it was kind of hidden a little further out of the screen. Anyways, they're reporting the M2.2 right there. So, bunch of sunspots. We got 3639 beta gamma and 3647 now beta delta. All right, so that's not good. Over here, we do have a little bit of lifted impact here. It was nice and low for a little while, but we did get a little bit more energy as something coming in. Remember, we were due a hit today on the 18th, all right? So as we look over here at the auroras, you see it turning yellow right in there. So watch this. Let's go back. See, I bet you we're going to have a yellow bar here pretty soon. The next bar or two is going to go up into the yellow, okay? So watch this. Let's open this up. Both of them are in yellow right now, okay? Down here at the southern and right here on the northern. So we're taking on a bunch of solar energy right now, geomagnetic impact, and it's brightening up our auroras. So the aurora forecasters are getting all the camera guys are getting all giddy. All right, this is our sunspot complex, very complex. Again, one of these groups. All right, let me take a sip and we'll read this article together. Earthquake, yeah, earthquake, volcanoes, more. Oh, maybe you're talking to the person in the chat. Sorry. Anyways, the expansive complex of sunspots in the southeast quadrant now consists of 5 separate active regions. Active regions. 5 active. Separate active regions, okay? The central section of the group was split in half with newly assigned AR 3647. That's a new one. Deemed to be its own individual region now, okay? The center of this magnetic mess continues to be the main driver of the solar activity on Thursday, with a number of low-level M flares detected. The solar flux index for April 18th is 227. This is the highest it has been since January of 2023, excluding the 343 reading on February 17th of 2023, which was flare enhanced. Okay, so we're at some of our highest indices in a while. Okay, not good. A lot of flux going on. What the flux going on? All right, that's what. There's all the flux. Again, with these blue and reds, you could have a connection here. You could have a connection here. You could have a connection here. Here's your 5 different regions now, okay? I want you to also look at this. You could have one across the region. Boom. You could have this one across the region. Actually, those two could, or these two. You never know. It could jump across like this. Remember last time when we saw these kind of configuration, this big old rash? It had all those different options of jumping from this to that and that to this. And what really ended up happening? It jumped from, let's get this pulled up. You guys remember, it didn't fire amongst itself. It jumped from this region to this region, and we saw a big X flare, okay? That potential's there again for that to happen, all right? We got this rash growing up here, and we got our complex again. It's a complex again right there. It doesn't have the 40 sunspots yet, but it is growing in size and in intensity, okay? Just like I said, last time it did that, it might do it again. And sure enough, here we go. Anyways, our X flare potential is up to 20 now. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm kind of agreeing with that. I might even go a tad bit higher and say 25. But it looks like our indices have kind of lowered. We're at C2 now. We might be coming out of it. So we'll see. But anyways, X flare potential is there. We're very close to, the M floor. So if we reach, our flux reaches M class, any little fart could be an X flare. So, all right, we covered all that. There's the solar disk that we just looked at. Below is the solar. Look at the visible solar disk as we needed. That was yesterday's. Okay, let's get into this one. All right, here we go. Our latest CME looks to graze us. That's gonna clip us, or it looks to. Okay, so today being the 18th, that'd be on the 21st, around that time frame. Okay. Now let's get into this one. Really don't need to play the thing. I just want to note to you guys, the time of impact was supposed to be around 18, right at the beginning of the 18th, right there. Okay. And some of these people said it didn't happen. So where am I going, Lord? Please help me. We are on the fly, Lord. Oh, yes. Yes. You're right. Okay. Let's get that one open now. So your geomagnetic storm watch canceled. A CME expected to hit Earth on the 18th did not arrive on time. Either is it moving more slowly than expected or it missed. Either way, a geomagnetic storm is now unlikely and the watch is canceled. Okay, the comet moving from space only in 2 days. Comet 12P will make its closest approach to the sun in 2 days. All right. The spacecraft is monitoring the Devil Comet's progress. All right, the Devil Comet's gonna approach the sun. Note the link in the comet's tail disconnection event. We can come back and look at that later. I really wanted to get into that. I have to move on though. What was I going to point out here, Lord? You said the CME expected to hit Earth. Oh yeah, the D region. Thank you. Let me bust this one open real quick for you guys. So I do believe we did take some kind of impact here. If it's still on this map, I may have got booted off the end here. Right there. That may have been our impact right there. Okay, so even though they said they didn't see the expected impact, it was due on the 18th. It was a little later and just a little less intense. But to me, that looks like the impact right there. Okay, so I do believe that we did have a impact today on the 18th. All right, it didn't cause a geomagnetic storm, so therefore they said it didn't happen. All right. I really want to get into that, but I can't right now. Where we go? Oh, Schumann, thank you. Thank God I'm used to being in combat and just working on the fly. All right, let's do it. Remember we were talking about this grinding event last night? Do you remember I said we're probably going to see some more? We just took on some energy. We'll be seeing another grinding event. Boom, boom, here it is. So we came out of this grinding event, relief of pressure, started going along, grinding. So the volcano relieved a bunch of pressure. We got back to normal resonance for a second, and then we absorbed more from the sun, and it made it down to the core. Now the core grinded again. Okay. Fly, Brian, just go. All right. Let's get her done, son. SO2, just for you. Get out the way. Okay, there's a lot of pressure going on in this region, and in these islands, we have, our main relief valve being Java and the tip of this region as well. Well, our volcano that went off is right up here at the tip of this, right where my little arrow. Well, let's see, we can look a little bit better. I had a perfect video. It's this little island right there. Okay, so that's where our volcano went off, and it was a huge blast. 55,000 feet. Volcano page still isn't reporting on it. They still won't even open their page. Biggest story of the year for them so far, and no report. We'll get there when we get there, though. So, there's that. Just real quick, I need to get. I haven't checked this yet today. Go back to the 8. Okay. All right, our region out here in the middle of the Pacific getting bigger, heating up. This region right here off of Japan kind of growing a little more in size. Definitely very intense. It's white. Okay, let me show you the scale. The white is the intensity. Okay, so yellow to white right there. You guys kind of knew that already, but just for shits and giggles. All right. Anyways, boom, right there in the straits. It's kind of coming back. We had this patch that was like right in here. It seems to have split, and now we have a patch growing here, a little bubble coming off there, and now something more at this end of the area. So a lot of pressure heating up the ocean floor. The lava getting pushed up underneath the bottom side of the crust is heating up the ocean floor, causing heat plumes in the water. Okay. And it's way out of season. We shouldn't be having heat plumes this hot, this intense at this time of year. Over here, these landlocked ones I can't really report on, but they seem to be having some kind of effect. Look at this whole region. If the land wasn't there, doesn't you see this yellow glow around the whole area right there? All right. So still this little patch up here between Greenland there. See what's going on right up here now. Off the coast. Oh, I found the missing depth. All right. I found the missing. We get out of here. Get out of here. We got to find that right now. Help me, Lord. Help me. It was, thank you, Lord. Oh, I just had it right there. Okay, I want you guys all to come over to this guy right here, Into Thin Air. You come over here, you give this guy a like, you give him a thumbs up, you subscribe, you do all the good things that you would do for me, do for this guy, because he's the one kind of cracked this story and broke it. And what I got here, I think, is that the one? Yeah, this is it. Okay, let me get this a little bit larger for you guys. Okay. Now, here's the anomaly, okay, and he was reporting on it. I'm going to kind of leave the volume out for right now, but I want you to watch what he captured here, okay? So, I think this is the part of the video? Yeah, okay. So, there's our first frame. He's pointing it out. There's our anomaly, okay? Now, remember what I said might happen if it approached the shores of Africa? That's past the frame we have. This is the frame past what we have. It didn't disappear in that frame. It still moved on. This is the then. Okay? It inundated Africa. Total inundation in Africa right there. And then look what happens. Okay, I'll let you guys come over here and you can listen to him and everything. I just wanted to show you guys our missing frames. This is effects from our event. And look at the inundation headed for the US. And they had inundation that night. I showed you on the map. I showed you the water levels rise that night. And there it is. There's the missing data. So glitch my ass. Sorry to use that kind of French or whatever, but There it is. That's what I was looking for last night. And let's run over it one more time real quick here. I want you guys to witness this, okay? Our missing data. That's the next frame. It's inundating the coast of Africa. Look how big it got. It didn't just disappear from being that perfect oval shape. It did the same thing as it did the first time. This isn't the first round. This is our latest one. Yeah, it should have sunk in a couple videos ago when we first kind of reported on it. Okay, you should have trusted me when I first told you. So now you guys come over here to Into Thin Air. Give this guy a like. He's the one who originally saw this. And then he screen captured and got this before it got taken down. One more round. I'm just going to let that play for a minute. Let that sink in. Let that sink in for you guys for a minute, okay? And it's almost identical to the first one. Well, except the other one went this way and dissipated, but this mass of water went out and across, and that's what I said would happen. I said it would probably slam into this, and then residuals will go across and hit America. Didn't I not say that? Okay, I'm not trying to be an I told you so, but there we go. There's your evidence, okay? And it wasn't my discovery. Okay, I kind of already knew what was going on, and he has different theory. Okay, I that's why I want you to come over here and watch his channel, and I want you to watch his theory as well. Okay, don't just take my story. You need to hear others and then compare them, because he has a different idea of what may have caused this, which is a valid idea. I disagree with it. I have a different theory. I know what happened, but there's the rest. And the rest of the story. There's the rest of the story. As Paul Harvey used to say that or something. All right, let me X out some of these. Get this out the way. Get that out the way. Volcano now. The Volcano page. Let me just kind of show you something real quick here. 33. Let me click on our daily report. And still stuck on the 15th. All right. Duly noted. Still stuck on the 15th. Now I got something else instead. I got, where's my buddy? Yes, Dr. Astro Geotech. But that's not the one. There it is. Sorry, I had all this stuff already lined up so we wouldn't have to go diving around through my stuff and see all these oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. And I guess the pronunciation, I was wrong. It's wrong. The pronunciation is wrong. Yeah, just real quick, this one.
And also earthquake. We may have a tsunami in the nearby islands. It has happened in the past in the 19th century. It may happen again. You see a lot of lightning. This is very
come over to this channel, Dr. Astro Geotech. Give him some love too.
Creating lots of static electricity.
All right, here's our.
This is the sulfur dioxide level rising immediately because of this eruption. The location of this, you can see that wrong is an island. Is a tiny. The location of this, you can see that wrong is an island.
Wrong?
Tiny island, 4 by 5.
Okay, I guess I was wrong.
The sulfur
It's
dioxide
wrong.
level rising immediately because of this.
I just want to kind of pause right there. Here's our big sulfur dioxide plume. Okay, came out of this little island right there. The island of Wrong. All right, there's not much other volcano stuff to report except that probably every single volcano that we usually report on is at 15, 14, 21, 23, 24, all our regular activity. And then we had this big blast that's kind of being swept under the rug, but it still happened, okay? Volcanoes. Now let's to the weather. Thank you, Lord. Let's get that model rolling. Get that out of there. Okay, so that's a slap together kind of solar report, volcano report. Let's get this weather done here real quick. And then I have got a revelation for you guys about the rapture. You're going to, well, you might not believe it, but it was revealed to me last night, and then all day long today I was tortured with it. So I'm going to help you guys understand, I think, here. All right, let's get this over with. Move on. Soldier, just move. All right. Opening. Sorry, I should be calm and relaxed, but I got to go in a little bit here, and I want to spend more time on the spiritual. So, nighttime of the 18th, current conditions, still some severe weather up here in Illinois, Indiana. There's the morning time, it dissipates, but there's still a lot of rain. Noon the 19th, morning. Or sorry, that's convection the 19th. Well, nighttime. Morning of the 20th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 21st, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 22nd, noon, convection, nighttime. 23, noon, convection, nighttime. 24, noon, convection, nighttime. 25, noon, convection, nighttime. Nighttime 25. 26, noon, convection, nighttime. 27, right there in the morning of the 27th, noon, convection, nighttime. Look at this one rolling up in the 27th. Let's go 28. There's the morning of the 28th right there. Bing, bing, and back down here. So morning of the 28th time frame could be getting ugly. Noon, convection, nighttime. And then nighttime again. So a double pop. A pop in the morning, then a pop in the afternoon. Morning. This is 29, noon, convection, nighttime 29, Mexico, Texas border. Morning of the 30th, noon, convection, nighttime. May Day, noon, convection, nighttime. May 2nd, noon, convection, nighttime. May 3rd, noon, convection, nighttime. May 4th, noon, convection, nighttime. All right, that was it. Let me let that play one more time, and let me get this. Oh, let's just get to it, man. I can't wait. I've been hoping for this moment for a long time. Okay. Now, what I need to do is get set up a little bit for the spiritual report. Everybody, get your drinks, get settled in. And get ready to be blown away. I just need to pull up a couple images right here. Mainly this one right here. Because you thought you knew a lot about this image, seeing it so much, but there's always more. There's always deeper with the Lord. So, okay, we need to pause on that image right there. This frame right here is like priceless. All right. 2,000-year-old prophecy came true. All right. Now, how did I get this written down in my notes? Where'd they go? All right. So, okay. I need you guys to open your minds and think kind of rationally as well as I kind of explain something to you now. So the word rapture is not technically in the Bible, okay? It talks about being caught up in the clouds with the Lord, okay? All right, so how are we going to do this, Lord? So, all right. When you're here and you're looking at this image, you see this image, and now it has caused you in your daily life to look up at the clouds, right? And kind of investigate the clouds. You're kind of interested. You've seen now, and now you know, so you're interested. Okay? You know that if you look up, you believe now. So you're looking up, expecting pretty soon to see a similar looking event in your skies, right? So you're interested in the clouds. You're also enthused by what you see. Okay. Some of you have taken your channels, taken videos of the clouds, and posted them on your channels. You guys are intrigued, interested, enthused, and fascinated by the clouds. Yes or no? You are caught up in the clouds, aren't you? You're caught up, you're interested, you're enthused, you're fascinated, you're caught up in the clouds, aren't you? Then let me try to get this. This is almost too simple. You're going to pull your hair out when you hear this, how simple this is. So, you folks are caught up in the clouds, caught up also. Now, you're interested in seeing Jesus in the clouds, right? So he said, you will look up, you will see me coming in the clouds. So you look up, interested, fascinated, enthused, you're caught up in the clouds, and then you see in the clouds the prophecy come true, right? You're seeing the prophecy right here. You're seeing Jesus in the clouds. So, now, okay. Oh, help me, Lord. Okay, then the second part of the prophecy says you will join him in the clouds. Help me with this again. No, we didn't finish that. Interesting. So, okay, so here we go. You're caught up in the clouds. You're caught up in seeing Jesus in the clouds. So you're supposed to, you thought you were going to be in the clouds with him, but you're not in the clouds. Jesus in the clouds. So you're caught up in Jesus in the clouds. You, whoever's watching this and believes me, the people that believe me have been raptured. They have a new sensation in their life where things are really happening. They have found the joy that transcends everything. They have found the little miracle. After seeing this, you have been raptured. You're caught up in the clouds with me in the clouds. You're not up in the clouds with me. It's me in the clouds that you're caught up in. Ah, there we go. It's me in the clouds that you're caught up in. You folks have been raptured. It's not a bunch of people disappearing into the air like they portray in Hollywood or all over TV. It's a sensation inside your heart. Once you believe me and you see this image and you understand that you are caught up in the clouds, you're caught up in seeing me in the clouds. You're not, you're with me in the cloud. Oh, you're okay. Now the second part, listen to this. This is going to blow you guys away even more. Then you will join him in the air, right? You will join him in the air. Whoa, what about that part, Brian? Okay, so already you've been raptured. You are caught up in the clouds, seeing me in the clouds. All right, so you've been raptured. Then you will join him in the air. Okay, so this broadcast goes out via Wi-Fi, like a radio signal into the air, and then bounces off a satellite and goes on the internet, basically across the airwaves. It's broadcasted. It's in the air. You are joining me while I'm live, aren't you? Are you joining me in the air, the airwaves? Yes. You're caught up in the clouds. You're interested in what we're looking at. Is that real or not? Let me get the real one. That's the video. Let's pull up the actual flip book, the real images, you guys. That's what's so important about this, you guys. When you trust me and you understand this real event, I put my life, my whole stake, my career, everything on the line for this stuff, you guys. Lost my wife, everything. Because it's real and it's that damn important. I mean, that blessed important right there. Okay. You're caught up in trying to see this thing happen in your skies. You're caught up in the clouds trying to capture stuff yourself. And you're caught up in this channel at these readings. You're caught up in the clouds. I'm in the clouds, so you're caught up with me. You're caught up with me in the clouds. You're not caught up with me in the clouds. You're caught up with me in the clouds. Oh, it's the same words. It's different inflection. You're caught up with me in the clouds. That means if you're seeing this and you trust me, this is a real event, then you're caught up by it. How real. It's a real miracle. You're caught up by how impressive that it is, how odd that it looks, but it's still real. It's fascinating. It makes you guys feel enthusiastic, more interested. Okay. And then there's also another caught up in the Bible. It's caught up to God. Now that happened in Revelation 12. All right. When he was caught up to God. Well, what does that mean? Caught up to God. Well, wait a second. We know what caught up means now. To be interested, enthused, even fascinated. So to be caught up to God is to be interested in God, to be fascinated by God, to be enthused by God. Something happened to me and I knew God was real. I prayed for something. It was answered. I recognized that it was an answered prayer. There was no other way something could have happened. It was an answered prayer. And I recognized it. I said, I knew if I had faith in you, I would see a result. I did. So I thanked him for it, and then the whole door flew wide open. Okay. Now, get this. I'm going to take you guys a little bit deeper and make your jaw drop as if I haven't already. All right, so when that happened to me, I was fascinated or interested in God after what had happened to me. I was enthused. I already knew it was real. Okay. So I was fascinated by God. I knew it was real. I was enthused by what had happened and I was interested. So I was caught up to God. And then that's that image I showed you of the baby being born. That's a spiritual rebirth, a new creation, a spiritual being. Okay, so I got caught up to God because I believed in him so hard that I prayed for a specific thing and I got that and I thanked him right away. I got fascinated how that worked. I got caught up to God. I knew it was real. I knew there was no ifs, ands, or buts. I was for sure. So I got caught up to God, and I was interested and enthused, and I went through pain and suffering to get these images. Now, if that ain't enough, all right, get ready, hold on tight, because there is another caught up. Are you guys ready? Are you caught up in the clouds? Are you caught up in God now? Guess what? You are caught up in the moment. It's just like being caught up in the moment. Now you see. Are you caught up in this moment right now? Now that this new door has been opened in this revelation, you're raptured. You know now you're free. You are caught up in the cloud. You are caught up in the clouds with me in the clouds. You're caught up with me in the clouds. Always a different twist in the Bible. He will use the same exact words but have a different meaning than what you expect. And there it is, right there. You guys have been raptured. The more you believe when what you see, you know you are raptured. You're like, shoot, I'm living free. They could go ahead and nuke this place. I am out of here. You're sending me? You're threatening to send me to see my maker, to go see Jesus? Oh, I'm so scared. I have no fear anymore. What are you going to threaten me with sending me to go see Jesus? I have no fear anymore. Caught up to God. You're caught up in the clouds. You're caught up with me in the clouds. Not caught up with me in the clouds. You're caught up with me in the clouds. Amazing revelation, huh? You people are raptured. You just didn't disappear. I know it breaks your heart that you didn't disappear and go up into the air and leave everybody behind. No, it's a different thing. It's a spiritual rapture. You're free inside now. You have this joyfulness inside you. When I heard the term rapture, I thought it meant like a party. I thought it was like a celebration. Everybody was joyfully exuberant and having music and dancing. They were rapturing. They were having a blast because they knew. Well, you guys should be having a blast because you have been raptured. Yes or no? I'll let you guys wrap your mind around that, okay? As you look at that and think long and hard. Do you want to be raptured? if it meant something different, because it usually doesn't mean exactly what Hollywood and everybody else told you. Okay, this is why this show was so important. I wanted to have a good long discussion with you guys, and I got another emergency coming up here soon, and I have to go dodge bullets and be back. And I want to continue on with this when I get back, but I'm exhausted. You guys are exhausted. If I try to come back, maybe some of you guys will be. Yeah, you know what? Everything will be changed in a twinkling of an eye. I want you guys to think about something. This whole time you've been at this channel, and um, you've been caught up in the clouds. Every time we do the spiritual report, you can't wait to see, ooh, what kind of cloud structures you're going to show. Ooh, what kind of clouds are we going to see? Are you caught up in the clouds? How long have you been caught up in the clouds? How long have you been caught up with me in the clouds? Oh, shit. You've been raptured for how long now? Oh, you better go back and start counting how long you've been raptured. You didn't even know. Because it wasn't explained to you in school. They should have taught this stuff in school. We would all recognize what's going on, and you guys would be having a blast right now knowing who you're listening to. Who you're listening to. Who could open the door? Who could unlock those revelations and help you see that you are indeed caught up in the clouds with me in the clouds. You're caught up with me in the clouds. You're not up in the clouds with me yet. You're caught up with me in the clouds. Get it? It's different inflection, and all of a sudden things make a lot more sense, don't they? Mm-hmm. All right, I got some more to read for you guys, and then I got to skedaddle. Bullets are about to fly, and I got to go stop. All right, where am I here? I do not want. Oh, yes. Okay, so as you look at. Whoops, come here, come back here. Do not try to diss me. I want you guys to think about this when you're looking at that image. I want you to remember that you live in a fallen world, an abnormal world tainted by sin. Much of your frustration and failure results from your seeking perfection in this life. There is nothing perfect in this world except me. That is why closeness to me satisfies that deep yearning and actually fills you with joy. I have planted longing for perfection in every human heart. You all long for perfection, which is a good desire, which I alone can fulfill. All right? You can't be perfect unless you work with me. Together we make perfection, right? Yeah, see? Okay. So, most people seek fulfillment in other people and earthly pleasures or achievements, okay? I planted longing for perfection in every human heart, which is a good desire, which I alone fulfill, but most people seek their fulfillment in other people and earthly pleasures or earthly achievements, don't they? Thus, they create idols before which they bow. I will have no other gods before me, so make me the deepest desire of your heart, and let me fulfill your yearning for perfection. You guys are raptured. Your yearning for perfection has been answered. I have planted that longing for perfection in your heart. Okay? Other people are creating idols. But when you make me the deepest desire of your heart, let me fulfill your yearning for that perfection. Okay? Seek my face, and you will find fulfillment in your deepest longings. My world is filled with beautiful things. They aren't meant to be pointers to me. They are meant to be pointers to me. They are meant to be reminders of my abiding presence, okay? These are pointers right here. They're reminders. They're meant to be pointers to me. They're reminders of my abiding presence. The earth still declares my glory to those who have eyes to see and those who have ears to hear. You had a darkened mind before you sought me wholeheartedly. I chose to pour my light into you so that you can be a beacon to others. Okay, I do all this stuff so you guys can be a beacon of hope to others. Your job is to reflect me. Okay, that's gonna people are gonna see that and go, hey, you got something I want. What is it that you got? I want what you got. You got everybody's tripping out and you're so calm. How you doing that? They're gonna come to you. You thought you were enlightened before you got here. There was all this doctrine, there were all these movies, there were all these channels and all these theories and everything like that. You were in darkness before you came here to this channel. You had a darkened mind before you sought me. And then, here at this channel, with the knowledge I have, I chose to pour my light, which is all this knowledge, into you. I put it on YouTube so you can come here and see it. I chose to pour my light into you so that you can be the beacon to others. Share this on your channel. Share it to other friends and families. Reassure them that everything's going to be okay. Maybe a few years ago, this would have freaked them out and they would have gone, oh my God, no. But as things get more and more chaotic, they're going to need an anchor. And they're going to be like, hey, how are you doing this? And you're going to have to point them to this channel. Okay? You don't have to explain a word. You don't have to say anything. You just point them to this channel and I'll do all the work. Right? Okay? You know, this what I'm doing here, there is no room for pride in this position. Okay? It's really hard to do this. There is no room for pride in this position. And also in the same position I just described to you. See, you had a darkened mind before you sought me wholeheartedly. I chose to pour my light into you so that you can be a beacon to others. There is no room for pride in that position that you have as well. Okay? So there's no room for pride in my position, then there's no room for pride in your position. Your part is to reflect my glory. Okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, the clock's ticking. It's important I get this done. I am all around you. I am all around you. Look around. I am all around you. Like a cocoon of light. I am all around you like a cocoon of light. My presence with you is a promise. You're looking at the promise right there on your screen. My presence with you is a promise, independent of your awareness of me. Many things can block this awareness, but the major culprit is worry. My children tend to accept worry as an inescapable fact of life. However, worry is a form of unbelief. It's like the opposite to me. So, who is in charge of your life? If it is you, well, then you have good reason to worry. But if it's me, well, then worry is both unnecessary and counterproductive. When you start to feel anxious about something, relinquish the situation to me. You guys watching all them codes going off last night? Were you guys getting anxious? And then you saw actual stuff going off today? I bet you got really anxious because I felt you all get really tense when that happened. My children tend to accept that worry is an inescapable fact of life. It is not a fact of life. Worry is a form of unbelief. Okay? So, if you're in charge of your life, well, then you have good reason to worry. But if it is me, then worry is both unnecessary and counterproductive. So when you start to feel anxious about something, relinquish the situation to me. Back off a bit, redirecting your focus to me. I will either take care of the problem myself, or I will show you how to handle it. In this world, you will have problems, but you need not lose sight of me. Okay? You're going to have all kinds of problems, but it doesn't mean you need to lose sight of me. Okay? See, I want you to be all mine, filled with the light of my presence. When you guys understand that I am here right now talking to you, this light goes on. You realize you've been raptured. You're already signed up in the book of life. Oh, and we're coming to the end of the show here, right? So you guys have reason to rejoice. I want you to be all mine. I want you to be filled with the light of my presence. I'm here right now. I gave everything for you. I gave everything for you by living as a man. Okay? I gave everything for you by living as a man, not a cloud in the sky. I am a man. Just like last time, the Word made flesh. Where to go again? I gave everything for you. I gave everything for you by living as a man and then dying for your sins and living again. Uh-oh. I gave everything for you by living as a man, then dying for your sins, and now living again. Hold back nothing from me. Bring your most secret thoughts into the light of my love. Anything you bring to me, I transform and cleanse from darkness. So it doesn't matter what you bring. I'm going to cleanse it and transform it. I will make good out of it. I know everything about you, way more than you even know about yourself. You're your own worst enemy in your own head, okay? You're your own worst enemy in your head, and I'm trying to give your head some strength, okay? That's why hold back nothing from me. Bring me your most secret thoughts. Bring them into the light of my love. Because anything you bring to me, I transform it and I cleanse the darkness from it. I know everything about you, far more than you know about yourself. But I restrain my yearning to fix you, waiting instead for you to come to me for help. Imagine the divine restraint this requires. I have all power in heaven on earth. and I restrain it. So seek my face with a teachable spirit. Come into my presence with thanksgiving, desiring to be transformed, desiring to be raptured. Do you want to be raptured? That's up to you. You look at the screen right now. Make your decision. Say, I am raptured or I am not. Because you are caught up in with me in the clouds. You're caught up in the clouds. You're caught up with me in the clouds. You're not up in the clouds. It's the clouds that are up there. You're caught up with the clouds that are up there, but you're caught up with the picture of me in the clouds. You're caught up with me in the clouds. But you're still down on the ground. Rapture happened when you came here and you saw this and believed me. That's when rapture happened. It doesn't a bunch of people disappearing in a movie. How could God do such a thing? Well, he doesn't. Hollywood does. I'm sorry, God doesn't. God does something that you don't expect. All right? Hollywood does that kind of stuff. Because rapture is not in the Bible. Don't believe in rapture. The word rapture is not in the Bible. It tells you in the Bible you will be caught up in the clouds. You will be caught up with Jesus in the clouds. Okay, so here's Jesus in the clouds, right? Are you fascinated by this image? Are you caught up by it? Are you looking at it? Are you going, how did that happen? Does it give you hope? Are you enthusiastic? You are caught up in the moment. You are caught up in the clouds. You are caught up with Jesus in the clouds. You're not up there with him. You're caught up with the image of Jesus in the clouds. All right, good. You guys got that. I gotta keep going. You're in rapture right now. Some of you are. The moment you stop doubting, the moment you surrender and start trusting me, a beautiful thing happens. A beautiful thing happens in your life. Not magic, it's miraculous. I don't use magic. I use miracles. I perform miracles. You're looking at a miracle right here. That's a miracle. Now, to all who believe me, to all who receive me, to those who believe in my name, I give the right to become children of God. There is a close connection between receiving me and believing in my name, the essence of who I am. Receiving a gift requires some measure of openness, and I'm the best gift imaginable. Recognizing me as your Savior God, you can believe that my offer of everlasting life is real. And now that you've been raptured, you know that it is for you. The best gift imaginable. Recognizing me as your Savior God, you can believe that my offer of everlasting life is indeed real. And now that you see the rapture that I explained, now that you know that it is for you. If I'm talking to you now, not just everybody some people are getting it, but if I'm talking to you, being a child of God is indescribably glorious. I am both your Savior and your constant companion. As you journey through life in this dark world, I am with you each step of the way. I provide light not only for your path, but also for your mind and heart. I provide light not only for your path, I provide light for your mind, I provide light for your heart. I delight in giving you this gift. I delight in giving you joy now and throughout eternity. Okay? If you're experiencing joy right now, you got that now and throughout eternity. Your brightest moment on earth will one day look quite dim in comparison with the glory light of heaven. There you will see my face in its brilliant splendor, and you will be satisfied with endless oceans of love. So, when your world looks dark and threatening, come to me, pour out your heart, knowing that I am listening and I care. Find comfort in my sovereignty. I'm in control, even when global events look terribly out of control. My sovereignty. Find comfort in my sovereignty. I am in control, even when these global events look out of control. Many things are not as they should be, not as they were created to be. So you would do well to yearn for perfect goodness, and someday those longings will be wondrously satisfied. Someday those will be wondrously satisfied. Like right now, wondrously satisfied. You yearn for this, and if you've been raptured, then your longings have been wondrously satisfied. Consider the prophet Habakkuk and his awaited by the Babylon invasion of Judah. He knew the attack would be brutal, and he wrestled deeply with this prophetic knowledge. He knew the attack would be brutal. Like you guys know what's happening right now in the world. You knew the attack would be brutal, and you wrestled deeply with this prophetic knowledge, just like he did. Finally, though, he wrote a hymn of absolute confidence in me. After describing utterly desperate circumstances, he concluded, "Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God, my Savior." Now, feel free to wrestle with me about your concerns. But remember, the goal is to come to a place of confident trust and transcendent joy, that transcendent peace. Okay? You can wrestle with me about your concerns, but remember, the goal is to come to a place of confident trust. When you have that confident trust and you have that transcendent peace and joy, and you see that you just been raptured, and you see all this stuff coming true, and the rapture was supposed to be right about now, huh? Wasn't the rapture supposed to happen like right about now? I saw all these forecasts on their calendars, people going, man, the rapture should be any time now. Any day's the rapture, any day's the rapture. Yeah, you're right. Any day you come on over here and take a look at this, and believe me, you're raptured. It's any day now. Okay? As soon as you get your butt over here, and believe me, then you'll see. You'll be raptured. All right, so it's so important, the goal. All right. You're going to wrestle with all these problems, all these difficulties. You're going to wrestle with me. You're going to have issues with me. You're going to be like, why'd you do this to me? And I'm like, I'm testing you to see how well you'll respond. You're going to be up against demons, and I'm going to take a bunch of wussies. You're going to have some intestinal fortitude, right? You're already up against the demons. You didn't even know that. You've already been raptured. You didn't even know that. Did you know that your tribulation has been going on for like the last 6.5 years, ever since this started happening to me back in 2017. It'll wrap up here. The full 7 years will be this 2024, and that will be full 7 years of rapture. I mean, of sorry, not raptured. Of oh, I just said it. Oh my God, help me God. Affliction and just your your tribulation. I'm going through tribulation. You guys are. If you're going through physical pain, emotional distress from family that doesn't believe you, spiritual attacks, okay, all three of those, well, that's because you're being tested. You're one of the chosen. Those are the tests. How you react to them. What did I want? So you're going to wrestle with issues in this world, and you're going to wrestle with me about your concerns. So feel free to wrestle with me about your concerns. I'm not going to bite your head off. I'm going to help you. All right. It's like the dad you can really come to, all right? Not the one who's going to, oh, you're grounded and I'm taking the car keys away for 5 weeks. No, it's the dad who says, yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen, and let me help you through this because I've been there, done that. Okay? So feel free to wrestle with me. I want you to wrestle with me about your concerns. But remember the goal. The goal is to come to a place of confident trust and transcendent peace and joy. You won't understand my mysterious ways, but you can find hope and help in my presence. I am your strength. Feel free to wrestle with me. But remember, the goal is to come to a place of confident trust. Where do you want to be? In a place of confident trust. Where do you want to be? With that transcendent peace and joy. Yeah. So, the goal is to come to a place of confident trust and transcendent peace and joy. Don't try to understand all these mysterious ways. Just find hope in these images and help by my advice, and find help and hope in my presence while you're listening to me right now on this channel right now, even on replay. I am your strength. Somebody was praying for their body to be miraculously healed. All of a sudden they wanted something, something very drastically to be healed instantly. And it doesn't quite work that way. You got to pray for strength to endure what you have. All right. You don't want to get rid of the thing that's qualifying you for heaven, right? That would be like, all right, you're a hurdle racer, okay? And they took out all the hurdles in your lane and made everybody else race with the hurdles, and you got to race without them. Well, that wasn't a real test, was it? The whole audience saw that you didn't hurdle anything. So there's hurdles in life because life is a hurdle race, not just running. And you got to jump over some of these things and overcome them. That's what makes you stronger and faster. Okay. And these images should bring hope, give you courage, intestinal fortitude. They should bring peace and joy. Hearing my voice, knowing that I truly am here as a man. There is hard evidence. I mean, a living person, I think that would be pretty satisfactory for everybody's for everybody's little questions and everything like that they would have. I've shown you guys my birthmarks. I've shown you Marian angels. I've shown you, this is my face in the sky. All right, we're in that time frame. I have taught you guys some spiritual lessons. It's because, well, I've been there, I've done that, I've gone before you, and now I'm here to help you. Okay. Anyways, I love you guys. I would love to sit here and get more deep and spiritual with you. I'm thinking if I can take a shortcut across the meadow and cut off some minutes. Yeah, maybe. I got a few more minutes. What else do we not cover? No, we're gonna go over this again because this didn't sink in for some people. Okay, you're caught up in the clouds. You're like interested and fascinated by what you're seeing here. Here, let's give you some other ones. This is a long event. There's some other images that, like the 4 or 5 last images that when it changed there. Here's some of the earlier. I only had like 3 or 4 frames right there. I didn't know that was the transition. But then we got that whole series together, the 10 frames, and then the other 10 frames. Let's get you guys. This one's pretty cool. There's the big bad wolf turning into the demon face right there. Okay. You're caught up in the clouds, huh? You're caught up in what the hell's going on? What? Is that what I think I see? You're fascinated. You're intrigued. You're enthused by what you see. This one's kind of evil, but you're caught up in what's being shown in the clouds. He's lifting his eyebrows at you there. So you're caught up in the clouds. It's just like being caught up in the moment. You're fascinated, you're surrounded by it, you're enthused by it, you're interested, you're intrigued, you're caught up in the clouds. And I see you guys that do videos on your channel. If you do videos of clouds on your channel, you're caught up in the clouds. Yeah, I'm talking to you that does cloud videos on their channel. Yeah, you're caught up in the clouds. And then when you see me in the clouds, you get caught up with me in the clouds. And that's why you're here at this channel. You've been raptured, haven't you? It just didn't happen the way Hollywood said. And neither did this. This didn't happen the way Hollywood said either. If they could... someday they're probably going to write a movie about what happened to me. Actually, it'll probably be the next testament. So I think that might be it for tonight. Yeah, because I got to go do some more miracles. I love performing miracles. Did you guys notice that I performed a miracle tonight during the show? Did you guys notice that I raptured you all in the audience tonight? Well, most of you. I don't know why these last 2 people can't figure it out, but in time, you'll learn to trust me. You should recognize my voice. You should recognize my character. That's what the whole thing was about, was knowing Jesus, so when he comes back, you'd recognize his character. You wouldn't have to look for his face. It'd be obvious. You'd be like, oh, dude, that's him right there. Yeah. Anyways, I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. I'm going to go save the day, and I'll try to be back probably about a little over an hour from now. Maybe an hour and a half from right now. I don't know your time zone specifically, but I'm going to give you a reference. It is 2:20 where I'm at on the Pacific coast. So add an hour and a half to that. That would make it, well, almost 4 in the morning here, or, 10 minutes till 4. So an hour and a half from now, I can make it even quicker. If everything goes as planned, I'll be back right around then. All right. And I'll let you guys sit there and think about it. Think about it for a minute. Go to your Bibles and go look at the wording. There is no term rapture. We use the term rapture, but the event that they're talking about is being caught up in the clouds with Jesus. Well, you're caught up with Jesus in the clouds, aren't you? Yeah. I love you all. I miss you all. I'll be back in a little bit. Bye.